So I think after, what year did dipbrow come out? 2013? I kind of want to go Google that. Hang on. So I think it had launched quite some time before, but I remember, and I just looked at it, 2014 was the year that it was absolutely everywhere. And some of you probably still use this, and that's why I wanted to do a tutorial on it. I feel like it really is an amazing product. I feel I was using it wrong at the time. Maybe not wrong. I wasn't using it to its best abilities. So I thought that would be really fun to do a tutorial on that today. And then I'm going to finish up my skincare. I have to film some things for Rose and Ben Beauty, but I mean, brow tutorials are always helpful, especially if you have very, very sparse brows. I'm talking no brows. I feel like this is still going to be an amazing product. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's do a tutorial on dipbrow. So the first thing that I would have done back in the day, because I need to walk through what I would have done and what I did differently now. I would have grabbed an angled brush like this, okay? Which, again, if you're loving the way your brows look, we're not changing one thing about them. I'm just changing this for me. And I thought that I would walk y'all through it. Also, I'm sitting kind of comfortably in my chair today. So I'll get closer as we get started. Right now, we're just chatting. So I would have grabbed an angled brush, okay, like this, and I would have went in here and just kind of dug it out. And then I would have lined my brow under here like this, and then I would have lined the top. But that's not what I did here, okay? And I cannot stress enough how if you want to do it that way, please do it that way. This is never a place where there's only one way to do makeup. This is a place where there's endless ways to do makeup. So I do have a mixing medium, okay? I love this one. And no matter what, this will dry out. It's just a product that dries out. It happens, it's okay. But that's where a mixing medium comes in. This just keeps it going forever and ever and ever, so that way it won't dry out. And I remember mine used to dry out and then it wouldn't perform the same. There was nothing like a fresh dipbrow when you'd first open it, but this keeps it that way. And this is very, very, very affordable. It's going to waterproof it. It's going to help with the longevity. It already is waterproof, but I don't want you to think it's going to change the formula. So if you don't have a mixing medium, I'm going to get you a link. This one's so good. Instead, I recommend a tiny brush like this, angled bonus points. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold it very far back so we can do really feathery, fluid motions, more hair-like strokes. So let's coat our brush here. Let's go ahead and shut this. That's going to stay nice like that for a while. I mean the inglot, not the texture of the product. So I'm just going to even it out, and this is going to stay pretty tacky and pliable for a while. I'm just evening that out because we don't want one chunk on one side of the brush. I'm going to link this brush. I'm telling y'all, this brush is so universal. Say we have a sparse area. Let's focus on that one first, because I know a lot of you were saying in my 2016 that I can't use anything else because you have such sparse areas. And I understand that. And that's what made me rethink this. I'm like, wait a second. We need a tutorial. I was saying, I read a lot of the comments saying that you have to have this because of the sparse areas. And I was like, I get that. Because even if you don't want to do the hair like strokes and say you have a really bald area, just go ahead and fill that in. Okay? You can just completely fill it in. But because we're holding this really far back, it's still not just going to be super, super intense. It's going to have a really nice flow to it. So now I'm going to, now that I've focused, and what you just saw me do is I kind of just got most of the product off of my brush, because once I start to move over to this area, I do want it to be very feathery. So I wanted to get a lot of that product off. Also, the fact that this is angled, and you see how I have this angle part pointed at the phone. It's really just going to come in here and draw some really nice hair-like strokes towards the front. This is what I was wanting with dipbrow and didn't know how to do it. 10 years later. I'm going to pick up more, just that little bit that's on my hand. And now there's probably too much. Just focus on the front. I'm going to come back to the front in just a second. But remember, we don't want to come to the front with a lot of product on the brush. So like I said, we can even draw some hair-like strokes. I could not get these hair-like strokes with this prior. I could not figure it out. And I think it was, I was missing Durline and I was missing this brush. The angle brushes just can't do this. And now I'm just going to start to push the hair and follow how it grows. And we'll still carve it out. We're still going to carve it out, but we're going to use micellar water. This is so cool. That's what I did over here. And I swear, it just looks so good. I love it. We picked up more, so let's focus in the brow. Now we'll continue to draw some hair. I will say this is a lot easier to do into a mirror and not my phone. This being upside down is the key right now. Okay, now let's just go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna get a little wild with it because we'll just clean it up. And that's what I did. Picking it up on my hand. Don't worry about this. I'll show you. It's so easy. There's really and truly just a few hair strokes and then the rest is clean up. I honestly think I hear a smoke alarm downstairs. Not going off. Just the battery's going low. I'm about to go check on that. Let me just look over here for just a second. Look at that. I swear this doesn't... I know that you're thinking, yeah, Rose, you do this. It's so easy for you to draw the little hair-like strokes. I promise. As long as you're holding it this far back, it's so easy. I promise, 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 promise. Now, I definitely want to darken up the tail. I always loved that about brows in 2014 to 2017. I loved it. See how I just corrected how I was holding it? I was holding it up too high. It's getting too much pressure. Okay, now we're going to start to clean it up. I'm just filling in any more sparse areas with whatever's left. Now we need our C30, super sharp. Makes that noise. And we're going to take some micellar water on it, okay? And we're just going to do our carving, but it's still not going to look quite as carved as using concealer. If you like concealer, please use concealer. But I like this. Let's do that on top. I'm going to try not to do it where it doesn't really need it. So we don't really need it over that way. We kind of just needed it towards the front. And then I'm going to do a little bit underneath here. And you'll notice me kind of pushing into the brow hair instead of going straight across. I really enjoy a little bit of texture. And by texture, I want to see just a little bit more of the natural hairs instead of just straight across. So by pushing it in there, it kind of creates that effect that we have going on, looking like hairs. Now one thing I didn't use back in the day was brow gel, and the Anastasia one wouldn't hold up my brow hair because it was so coarse. I remember watching a lot of YouTubers do their brows and they had such soft, beautiful brow hair, and they never talked about the different textures of brow hair. So it would just be like, I use this brow gel and the brow gel didn't work for me, and then I didn't understand why, and then I thought I was just terrible at makeup. I really wish people would have explained things more. There would have been a lot less makeup tears. So if you have very coarse brow hair and you want something that does look soft, this one, I'm gonna get you the link, Rare Beauty. I love it. I love, love, love. This is my second one. If you're thinking, wow, you went through that really quickly, I'm gonna go through it quickly. I doubt that you'll be doing 3 to 4 makeup looks a day. I do a lot. So don't think that you're gonna run out, because most people would just use this once a day. Not me, but I did have it for 2 months, so we're just gonna fluff that through, and I'm just gonna pull the hair in the direction that it grows. So up, then go this way. The brow hair is going this way, and then that way. There you have it. These are the brows of my dreams right here. I love them. They're so fluffy. There's definition. It's soft towards the front. It's defined. It's luscious. This is just a bonus tip. You don't have to do this, but sometimes before that brow gel sets, I'll kind of move the brow hair to exactly where I want it with the brush. Like that one, I want it to be over this way a little bit more. This is nitpicking at this point. I got time on my hands and I love to just sit and play in makeup. Okay, so I've got to go film a bunch of videos. I'm going to prep my skin. My L'Occitane serum. I love this one. If you have oily skin, you're gonna love this. This one's my anti-aging serum. Of course, I had already washed my face and then I have on my essence or lotion, whatever you wanna call it. But I love this one. I've been using it and I really see a difference. I see a difference in fine lines. It's a 10 out of a 10. It's wonderful. I love it. And then I'm gonna scoop out some of my favorite eye cream from Elemis. She's running low. This is actually gonna last me a long time because you just don't need that much of it. Go. Let's grab this brush. It's like a spa treatment with my little brushes here. These are from Anissa Beauty, by the way. Been using skincare brushes, I don't know, 3.5 years. Oh, I forgot to tag the brushes. I love this one. This one's Oliver Care. This is from the travel set. I love, 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 love the tiny ones. And then I love the spot treatment or the eye treatment brush, either one. The spot treatment's a little bit smaller. And then I'm gonna top that with my Morning Matrix. This is a very spicy price moisturizer, but for me, I just see such a difference when I wear it. Like I've traveled before and I'm like, oh, I'll just use the moisturizer that's in my travel kit already. And it's a nice moisturizer. I can tell a difference the next day. The next day, my skin is not as bright and luminous as it should be, and as it is when I wear this. And I feel like skincare is the #1 thing I'm asked about. And I know that these things are spicy priced, but for me, remember, it might even be spicy priced and not work for you, and that's not what we want, but y'all always ask, so I share. And these definitely work for me. They work nicely. Luscious. All right, my friends, I'm gonna go film a bunch of stuff for Rosebud Beauty, some more helpful videos. I need you to put on your makeup seatbelts, okay? Because Rosebud Beauty's got some stuff coming. We've got stuff coming. Things are happening. I'm so excited. Whew, it's gonna be a doozy. All right, I love y'all with all of my heart. Like I said, I just want to tell you I love you. Just in case I don't come back, I'll update you. I'll just do a little text and update y'all what's going on. But I do have to film a couple things, but this was still some skin prep and dip brow. I like it. All right, I love y'all so much. And if I don't see you later, I will see you tonight in the comments.